The Code of Criminal Procedure 1898 CRPC. Total marks 10. Topic number 3 Nuisance in Code of Criminal Procedure 1898 Short Q&A and MCQS. A. Introduction Summary of topic. Nuisance, in simple terms, refers to any physical inconvenience or discomfort that interferes with the ordinary comfort of a human being. It is the basic duty of our government to ensure that law and order is maintained at all times. This directly leads to the protection of property, life, and even religious beliefs of the people by the state. Nuisance is of two types: public and private nuisance. A private nuisance is a civil wrong. It is the unreasonable or unwarranted use of one's property in a manner that interferes with the enjoyment or use of another person's property without actual trespass or physical invasion of the land. A public nuisance is a criminal wrong such as an act or omission that obstructs, damages, or causes inconvenience to the rights of the community. Public nuisance. A public nuisance is defined under Section 268 of the Pakistan Penal Code as any act or is guilty of an illegal omission which causes any common injury, danger, or annoyance to the public or to the people in general who dwell or occupy property in the vicinity, or which must necessarily cause injury, obstruction, danger, or annoyance to persons who may have occasion to use any public right. A public nuisance is a threat to public peace and security. For instance, polluting water streams, obstruction of highways, and storing explosives are examples of public nuisance. Provisions under CRPC. Proceedings under the Criminal Procedure Code are directed to protect the public at large. It does not serve to protect people against private disputes. The Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 deals with provisions to deal with the matters of public nuisance. Section 133,134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, 140, 141, 142 and 143 deals with the procedures to be followed in matters related to public nuisance, and the urgent cases nuisance or apprehended danger has been dealt under Section 144. CRPC Provisions Summary. Section 133, Conditional Order for Removal of Nuisance. According to Section 133, a conditional order can be passed by a district magistrate, subdivisional magistrate, or any executive magistrate empowered by the state for removal of public nuisance. There are 6 categories of public nuisance which can be resolved under this section. 1. The unlawful obstruction or nuisance to any public place or to any way, river, or channel lawfully used by the public. 2. The conduct of any trade or occupation or keeping of any goods or merchandise which can be injurious to health or physical comfort of the community. 3. The construction of any building or disposal of any substance as it is likely to occasion or explosion. 4. A building, tent, or structure, or a tree as it is likely to cause damage or injury to a person. 5. An unfenced tank, well, or excavation near a public place or way. 6. A dangerous animal that requires confinement, destruction, or disposal. A conditional order under Section 133 of CRPC is mandatory, and without it, no final order can be made. The conditional order must specify the time period in which the nuisance or obstruction is to be removed or resolved. The order duly made under this section by a magistrate shall not be called in question in any civil court. The magistrate can make a conditional order against the following person. 1. The person causing obstruction or nuisance. 2. The person carrying on such trade or occupation which is likely to cause a public nuisance. 3. The person keeping any such goods or merchandise which can be injurious to health or physical comfort of the community. 4. The person who owns, possesses, or controls such as building, tent, structure, substance, tank, well, or excavation. 5. The person owning or possessing such tree or animal which is dangerous and can cause injury or damage. Section 134. Service or notification of order. 1. The order should be given to the person it concerns, if possible, like delivering a summons. 2. If delivering the order isn't possible, it can be announced publicly according to government rules. Section 135. Person to whom order is addressed to obey or show cause or claim jury. The person the order is about must either A. Do what the order says within the given time and in the specified way, or B. Appear as ordered, explain why they shouldn't follow the order, or request a jury trial to decide if the order is fair. Section 136. Consequence of failing to comply. If the person doesn't do what the order says or doesn't appear as required in Section 135, they can be penalized under Section 188 of the Pakistan Penal Code, and the order will be enforced. Section 137. Procedure where he appears to show cause. 1. If the person appears and explains why they shouldn't follow the order, the magistrate will gather evidence as per Chapter 20. 2. If the magistrate agrees that the order is unfair, the case ends. 3. If the magistrate disagrees, the order remains in force. Section 138. Procedure when he claims jury. 1. If the person requests a jury trial under Section 135, the magistrate will A. Choose a jury with an odd number, at least 5 people, with some selected by the magistrate and others by the person requesting the jury. B. Call the jury to a specified place and time. C. Set a deadline for the jury to reach a decision. 2. The magistrate can extend the deadline for a good cause. Section 139. Procedure when jury finds magistrate's order reasonable. 1. If the jury, or most of them, agree that the magistrate's order is reasonable, the magistrate will enforce it as is or with any accepted changes. 2. Otherwise, there won't be further proceedings. Section 139-A. Procedure when existence of public right is denied. 1. When an order is made to prevent a public issue, the magistrate will ask if the person denies the existence of a public right concerning the issue. 2. If there's credible evidence supporting the denial, the magistrate will pause the case until a civil court decides the matter. 3. If there's no such evidence, the magistrate will proceed as per Section 137 or Section 138 as needed. Section 140. Procedure on order being made absolute. 1. When an order becomes absolute, the magistrate will inform the person and give a deadline to comply. They'll also warn of the penalty if not obeyed. 2. If not followed within the set time, the magistrate can enforce it and recover the costs. 3. No one can sue for actions taken in good faith under this section. Section 141. Procedure on failure to appoint jury or omission to return verdict. If the person prevents jury selection or if the jury doesn't reach a verdict within the set time, the magistrate can make any appropriate decision, enforced as per Section 140. Section 142. Injunction pending inquiry. 1. If a magistrate believes there's an urgent threat to the public, they can issue an injunction to stop the threat temporarily, even before a jury is involved. 2. If the person doesn't obey, the magistrate can take necessary actions to prevent the danger. 3. No one can sue for actions taken in good faith under this section. Section 143. Magistrate may prohibit repetition or continuance of public nuisance. A magistrate of the first class can order someone not to repeat or continue a public nuisance. In simple terms, this text explains how a special official called a magistrate can give orders to fix problems that affect the public, like dangerous buildings or noisy businesses. If the person doesn't follow the order or disagrees, there's a process to sort it out, and the magistrate can take action to make sure the order is carried out.